Hey guys, it's Ryan Hartwig here, one of the Facebook whistleblowers with Project Veritas. Just wanted to make a quick video and react to a new video that just dropped from Project Veritas, talking from another Facebook whistleblower. So let's take a look here and watch this video. And this is the first time I've ever seen this video, so I'll be watching it for the first time with you. So this is the title of it: Facebook whistleblower leak docs. Whistleblowers leak docs detailing effort to secretly censor vax concerns on a global scale. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
I have to do something when it comes time to...
Oh, let me fix the audio real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right, we should be good to go.
Standing up for a world I want my children to live in. I don't want to leave them a world to where they don't have these liberties. People aren't allowed to have voice, and yet Facebook touts itself with promoting people's opportunity to have voice. They're trying to control this content before it even makes it onto your page, before you even see it. If I lose my job, it's like, what do I do? But that's less of a concern to me.
So they stayed in the shadows. So this whistleblower came forward, but not.
We have just
fully
obtained multiple leaked documents from inside Facebook. This time...
Let's look at these documents here.
We have just obtained multiple...
Executive summary: what's your goal? Drastically reduce exposure to vaccine hesitancy in comments. Decrease engagement. Okay, they have a Google Docs. They're linking to Scuba Grouped by VH. Credits Nick Gibby and Hendrik Townley. Okay.
Documents from inside Facebook. This time detailing a plan to curb, quote, vaccine hesitancy on a global scale. It was so concerning, it brought us not one, but two whistleblowers from inside Facebook who are ready to speak out on what this means for free speech and public discourse on their own platform.
Facebook uses classifiers in their algorithms to determine certain content to...
Okay, classifiers. All right. So these are, I wonder if these are engineers. He's a Facebook insider data center technician.
Vaccine hesitant, or they call it vaccine hesitancy.
That seems pretty legit. I mean, I wasn't in the engineering department.
And without the user's knowledge, they assign a score to these comments. That's called a VH score, the vaccine hesitancy score.
VH score, vaccine hesitancy score. Okay, makes sense.
And based on that score, we'll demote or leave the comment alone, depending on the content within the comment.
Our first Facebook insider is a data center technician who leaked us multiple
Okay, so there's two whistleblowers, and this first guy says, leak this stuff here. Okay, comments.
internal documents detailing an algorithm test being run on 1.5% of Facebook and Instagram's nearly 3.8 billion users worldwide. The goal? To, quote, drastically reduce user exposure to vaccine hesitancy in comments.
It's the same thing. You'll see a lot of this difference in their public policy versus the private policy, where the public policy is very...
That's true. That's very true. The same thing with the community standards that I enforce as a content moderator. So yeah, the public policy was very vague once again, but they got very specific when it came down to exact examples.
ambiguous. It's designed to be questioned because it's designed to be able to easily defend. But then if you look at the private policy, it's much more clear, much more specific. I think that they're trying to make it seem like they're not doing as much, or that they're just kind of like generalizing it, like, oh, we just have some robot that just tags your post and then, you know, we look at it. But I think they don't want people to know, oh no, we actually have something that we made specifically for vaccine hesitancy.
So yeah, I actually saw some material about, not for the coronavirus vaccine, but when I was at Facebook, I saw some material related to vaccines in general, how they treated like the anti-vaxxers. So they had a specific policy for that as well. So it doesn't surprise me they have a policy for this.
So the main document, along with all the attachments and stuff that goes with it. So basically, when they write this algorithm, it goes through Facebook content, and it looks for certain keywords that are...
So it looks for certain keywords. Why the push for 2 doses when CDC itself published efficacy? Okay.
related to vaccination or, you know, not getting a vaccine and stuff like that. And it gives it a score, and the VA score means vaccine hesitancy, which is defined as being hesitant to get a vaccine, but not just like, well, I don't know, it's even, well, I saw a study that said that someone died that got the vaccine. That's vaccine hesitancy.
So this is a beta test. This is all a beta test.
Right.
And how big is this
What's he
beta?
wearing on his head? Is he like covering his head so they can't tell if he's a male or a female? That probably looks like... What is... Yeah, they like blurred out or something the head, or how they have him wearing something weird. That's probably, yeah, that's probably what it's for. Looks like a guy though. I mean, pretty easy to tell, right?
Refer to the test size as 1.5%. I'm not exactly sure which pool that pulls from, but I think it's comments on authoritative health pages.
You seem to think that they've already rolled this out. Why do we believe they've already rolled this out?
In one slideshow that they had, they called their weekly progress tracker. They actually lay all this out in a chart, and you can see it.
Inform planned launches, Facebook and Instagram, Facebook mocks. Okay. Looks pretty legit. I mean, yeah.
You can look at the slides, they go by date. So we've got here COVID-19 vac safety and efficacy, global, currently global, 13 languages, Facebook plus Instagram. C-19 vaccine, global, currently global, 66 languages. And the very first thing that brought me to the conclusion that they wanted to do this globally is they were developing it in, like, as many languages as they could get their hands on.
So this is like a product launch almost.
It's a global policy. So all the policies that I saw when I was at Facebook were global policies as well. So they tend to roll things out globally. Seems to be a trend.
Yes, yeah. In their last quarterly report, they reported 2.79 billion people on Earth use some kind of Facebook app.
Who's behind this new algorithm policy? Well, one thing is for sure, the authors of this experiment, Juyo Hao,
Nick Gibeon, Hendrik Townley, Amit Ball, Matt Giles.
Gibeon, Hendrik Townley, Amit Ball, and Matt Gills are not low-level employees. In fact, one of the internal documents Project Veritas obtained
Research scientist, core data.
was a Facebook flowchart that showed they are only a few clicks away from Mark Zuckerberg himself. Who makes these?
I don't know about a few clicks away. I mean, oh, this is 22 minutes long. Wow.
Showed.
So, I mean, so your boss.
They are only a few clicks away from Mark Zuckerberg himself.
Four people up, maybe. Yeah.
Who makes these decisions?
These are teams at Facebook, and they work with what they call B2V, barriers to vaccination. So that's one of their core terms, is barriers to vaccination. And then the people on these teams, they call them health integrity teams. So there's a health integrity team for Messenger, there's a health integrity team for every system in Facebook.
Health and integrity team, is this something that came out about after March 2020 and COVID?
No.
This is something that's existed
Yes.
over time.
Yes.
So we have health integrity teams and barrier to vaccination teams at Facebook.
But for this here, Amit Ball, he's a research scientist for the core data science team at Facebook. He also works in health integrity. Everyone who works on this project works in health integrity. Ed Townley, this is the experiment launch post. As you can see, this is on April 16th. This is 2021. That's why the no year.
Yeah, so I mean, that looks like a legit post. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to fabricate that. Seems pretty legit.
This year. And Hendrik Townley is one of the software engineers that works on this. I think it was him and two other software engineers. And then Amit Ball wrote the actual classifier itself. I'm sure he had like a team of developers, but he is considered the one who wrote it. Amit Ball, and then as you go up, it's like his boss, boss's boss, boss's boss's boss.
So Amit Ball works for UD Wisen.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's like, oh, he's right next to Mark Zuckerberg. Like, there's four bosses between them, so I wouldn't say. But I mean, he has a pretty important role, I think. Core data science team. It seems like a pretty important role. He works in the Menlo Park, so.
Who works for Nicholas Steer. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
And that person works for Danny Ferrante, and that person works for Javier Olivian, and Javier Olivian reports directly to Mark Zuckerberg. So there's a chain that goes all the way down to Amit Ball. This kind of censorship sounds similar to shadow banning, when users are unaware their posts can't be
So
seen.
I'm gonna go back
A term one of our own investigations coined when exposing Twitter.
Quick and see. Okay, there's more documents. This is 22 minutes long, so.
Sounds like they don't think about the underlying values.
They're probably gonna take like the sound bites and like make it into something more. Take out the best sound bites, but
limiting those discussions around the world.
let's see here.
what you did next, but they're not sure if they should do it. What's your message to those people?
I'd say go ahead and do it. And then just think about what I said. There's a lot of blowback to telling the truth, and that's true as far as human history is concerned. And yeah, you are going to receive blowback, but just weigh it out. Than it is to come forward and say this is wrong, or to really awaken to understanding that the way you're being treated or the way other people are being treated is wrong.
Okay, so he's talking about his rationale for coming
willingly
forward.
make their own medical decision.
Okay. So
Pretty classified according to
wait, what is this saying? On the phone with Facebook spokesman. Okay, this is interesting.
what we've seen. We've
So Project Veritas is talking to the Facebook spokesman.
attached it in the email. We were wondering if you could provide us some comment on that.
I'll take a look.
Okay, thank you. And when can we expect a response by?
I'll take a look now.
Okay, excellent. We'll be looking forward to that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
We proactively announced this policy on our company blog and also updated our help center with this information. Okay, so like this is public. Facebook's response is basically this is public. So that's kind of course, but the details of how detailed it was that was not public, and so it's telling that like they're so concerned. They're creating algorithms for this for vaccine hesitancy. So pretty big news here. Also, could you please point us out which web page this policy is publicly available? It appears nowhere. Yeah. So Project Veritas responds, no, it's not public. Where is it publicly? So Facebook just trying to hide behind that, saying, oh, it was already public. I skimmed through some of the stuff in the middle here. What is he saying?
Yeah, or what it could turn into.
Okay.
Really
We'll
one
do
of the
part 2 tomorrow, guys, and kind of go through everything. But thanks for watching today. Give me a follow on I'm on Gab at Real Ryan Hartwig. I've got my book coming out, Behind the Mask of Facebook, and so you can pre-order that book on Amazon. You can go to my website. My website is ryanhartwig.org. Thanks for watching, guys. Links below, and have a great night.